What up, y'all? So once again, we're gonna try this one more time. Can y'all hear me fine? If y'all can hear me, give me the hearts. Give me the hearts. Give me the hearts. If everybody can hear me, give me the hearts. We're about to go live. I'm about to get Prez in the room. Sean, come on. What we doing? So let's get it started. Let's get this conversation started. If y'all can hear me, we in the room. We good. Trying to wait for Sean Prez to log on. Okay, perfect. So y'all know the rules. Once again, real quick for everybody who didn't, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we go live every Wednesday night. It's called Relationship 101. It's the boys club. We talk relationships, we talk general populational conversation, and we talk all that good stuff that's going on out there. So if you have any questions, you want to join the conversation, you can join at 8:30. Shout out to my boy Nova C's. C's, happy birthday, bro. I just seen it was your birthday. I forgot all about you. I ended up getting a notification from Facebook that was like, yo, it's Caesar's birthday with a bunch of pictures from when we was at Jimmy's and all that. But shout out to my boy Nova C, Caesar Nova. Sean, where is Sean Prez, bro? God damn it. Yep, it's gonna be a good night. I'm manifest good energy for this podcast tonight. I don't know what's going on with Prez, man. I saw he logged in, but now I don't see that he's, whatchamacallit. He's scared of you? Angelic Rebel, he's scared of you? Oh my gosh. Why can't you comment? I'm reading your comment. You can comment, fine. I hope it's gonna be worth it. This guy, man, this nigga got this whack ass, this guy got this old, bro. Come on, Sean. When Sean get in here, y'all tell Sean step it up, man. Get off that whatchamacallit. Get off that old dial-up, bro.
Yo, Rich, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
I don't know what's going on. My joint is bananas. Okay, let's get into it. Did you do the intro?
Yep, I did it again. Yep.
Okay. Just in the interest of time, let's just get right into it. Damn, we lost Helen Little. I'm sure she jumped off. Yep. Like to have gone the conversation, but it's all good. Next time. All right. Shout out to my boy, I am Joe Paul. As always.
As always. Nigga said you got dial-up, Sean.
What happened?
Said you got dial-up internet.
I got something. I think it's my phone, Rich. I think it's my phone. Yeah, I just think this phone is no good no more. Yeah, now I'm frustrated. So give me a second. Let me just get my thoughts together. All right. All right. Yo, you sent me something that was disturbing. So I guess I'll start here because, oh my goodness, Nick Cannon. He's a father of 12. Let me read this so I can get it right. I almost don't even know where to go with this. He's set to star in a new game show to seemingly find out who wants to be his 13th baby mother. How do you even make sense of this at this point? Kevin Hart is supposed to be the host, and
No way.
Yeah, he's literally looking for his 13th baby mother.
See, I think this isn't at this point. The shit is. He said it. Okay, somebody just said he said it was a joke. I hope he didn't. I hope this isn't real. But because it was out there as if it was. If Nick, I will preface everything I say by saying if Nick is doing this, it's fucking embarrassing at this point. It's embarrassing at this point. I'm sure Mariah is somewhere disgusted. I hope to God that this is not real. And everybody's saying that on the radio, they said it was a prank and it's a joke or whatever. If that's the case, cool. April Fool's early, whatever the case may be, that's fine. But if it isn't, this is really, really sad. It's really, really embarrassing. And at this point, he's being irresponsible because he's putting this out there as if it's okay. He's putting this out there as if, like, even if this is a joke, to even joke around like this at this point is irresponsible. It's irresponsible. So, like I said, Nick is my man. He knows I love him, and I hope that this is a joke, and I hope that it was just some internet bullshit that people were, you know, cracking jokes about, whatever. But if not, bro, you got to do better, man. This is like, it's embarrassing at this point.
Okay, can y'all hear me? Because I don't know if my joint going in and out. I don't know what this. What's
fine.
up with this stuff? I'm fine.
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay, so if I start getting jammed up again, just let me know. All right, so I'm not even gonna comment on that. Let's move on. Okay. Yo, Rich. Speaking of irresponsible, speaking of stuff that's just plain out and out disturbing, please tell me you saw that joint I forwarded you with that girl. She put her man on live.
Yeah.
Literally busting shots in the crib, pointing a loaded gun at this man, talking about, tell all of these chicks you're in a relationship, and gave him a countdown. The man in his drawers and a wife beater, and straight up put a gun in this man's head like it's cool. And then was on live and was like, yo, you got a lot to lose, I got a lot to lose. And in the next shot, I'm not gonna miss. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
Yo, first and foremost, I know this is a relationship show, so I'm gonna go somewhere different, then I'll bring it back here. Yo, this new generation with this live stuff, like, I've never seen people so desperate for attention, so desperate for acknowledgement in all of my years of being alive. Like Jay Morant, Memphis Grizzlies, the star of the freaking NBA franchise. This dude goes on live, flashing a gun, talking all this reckless talk. It's like, yo, son, at some point, no, it didn't dawn on you. I have an NBA contract worth tens of millions of dollars. My mother depend on me. People actually feed their families based on the money that I draw in. And I'm on live? I want to be real so bad that I'm on live doing something that can get me kicked out of the NBA. Suspended 2 games. Now they're talking about he could be suspended for 50 games if they find out he bought that gun on a plane. So just bringing it back here, because I never seen a culture that snitches on themselves. I don't even know what people talk about snitching. You don't need nobody to snitch on you. These niggas do, like, this live thing is insane to me. This girl, was it necessary? Like, I don't know what this, like, obviously this woman got problems. They are in that is the definition of a toxic relationship. But what if that trigger, what if that gun had gone off when she was just recklessly and carelessly swinging it around, and her man was shook because he knew, yo, even if I try to grab this thing and it go off, it's lights out for me. So I don't even know, like, I wanted to bring it up, and I don't even know where we're supposed to go with this conversation, but disturbing is an understatement when I saw that video. I just wanted to get your thoughts on it.
I think the video was insane. I saw the video. I thought I forwarded it to you, but I saw the video. I was like, yo, but see, this is the thing about internet now. Like, you see something and they push you in outrage, and then 5 minutes later, you found out it was a publicity stunt. They was up to it. It's a skit. Like you don't even like, the shit is so whack these days. It's Moniece, it's the video where that girl was in the thing, and she had the gun to her dude and was telling him to go on live and basically tell all his bitches that he was taken. Like, she was basically beefing at the dude. I guess he got caught cheating, and she was disgusted with him. Yo, if it gets to that point where you need to point a gun at your mans, or you need to point a gun at your girl, you need to walk away. Like, this whole toxic thing, that in this whole situation where people are getting so much publicity from this, like, see, what we're doing right now, Sean, as much as this is a relationship show where we talk about the general populational stuff, what we're doing right now is what they want. They want to be spoken about. They want to be talked about. They want to make the blogs. So literally, I don't even know anymore what's real and what's not. These people are to the point where you go out there and all of a sudden something goes viral, and it's like everybody talking about it, and then the people come out and be like, oh, we was just playing, it's a skit, or that wasn't real, it's a skit, or they're embarrassed of the publicity that they're getting, and it didn't go the way they wanted it to go, and all of a sudden it's a skit. So I don't even know. Or the cops get involved because you're brandishing a gun and shooting up a gun in a house into the walls, and all of a sudden the cops come and all of a sudden it's a skit. Oh, it was this, it was that. So you know what, man? I don't even know no more. But it goes to the point of what you're saying, that this generation is so warped and so like weird that the shit that we would never do, like you're not even supposed to let people know you have a gun, much less wave it around on the internet and wait for the cops to come get you because you in a random club in Denver after your team lost, and you're drunk as hell in the club waving a gun. Or your man get caught cheating on you, and you're literally shooting bullets into the walls of your house and making this dude who looks like he's scared to death apologize on live. Like, that's insane. There was a time when people had guns and you didn't even know that you wanted people to have. Like, what's the purpose of having a gun if everybody know you have a gun? Like, what's the purpose of, like, it doesn't make any sense. But this generation is so attention starved that it trickles into everything we do now. It trickles into everything we do. It's in relationships, it's in sports, it's in politics, it's in entertainment, it's everywhere. This is like, and then you watch and you see Krishan and Blueface out here, and they're so crazy that, but they get so much attention. And then you see this girl who is out here and she's moving like that, but then you see Puff is like, yo, you the hottest shit, you the hottest fist grease. Like, come on, Puff. Like, yo, come on, bro. Like,
hold on, who did he say was hottest?
You talking about she hottest fist grease?
Who?
Puff.
Who? Said that about who?
Krishan.
Okay.
Like, at his party, and I'm looking at, he's talking to her, and she's waiting. It's like, oh my, bro, like, our generation, you can't condone it. Like, I understand, like I understand the whole method of getting clout, of getting attention. Like even with the relationship game, as soon as this is why people do what they do. This is why people do what they do. And I'm not gonna act like Love and Hip Hop was one of the first to start this nonsense. So I'm not exonerating myself. I'm not acting like we weren't at the head of this, and people are now on the internet for the toxicity of a relationship. I understand that, but it's so much worse than what we were doing. It's so much, like, niggas out here just wilding, 100% wilding. So I'm not going to exonerate myself or my program that I've been associated with, but looking at it now, y'all have taken this shit times 50. Zeus, you have taken Love and Hip Hop times 50. Like the shit that people are doing nowadays for attention is not something that I've never seen before, bro.
Nah, it isn't, Rich. I mean, it's disgusting. You know, it's so awful. When I saw that girl, you know, waving that gun at a man, first and foremost, I don't even think that was for attention. That woman looked, she looked damn near possessed.
Mm-hmm.
She looked like, yo, something was so off with her. So I could understand her man sitting in his drawers, scared to death. He effed over the wrong one. Whether he realized she was ready to go all the way there or not, he found out. But how's that supposed to move forward?
You can't. You can't.
I hope that brother, like I don't know who he is, but I hope that brother, the minute he got out of there alive, man, I hope he never turned back. And with these dudes, he'll be like Christian and Blueface. He'll be back tomorrow. So it is what it is. Let's keep it moving. I want to play something for you that you sent me. All right?
Okay.
Hopefully y'all can hear it.
Last few days, I've been going live, telling my story, speaking my truth. And a lot of women having an issue calling me a deadbeat because I tell them I was being irresponsible, not wearing protection. But I always tell these women that I got pregnant that I do not want to be a father to these children. And I offer to pay for the abortion. Majority of times, they'll either take the abortion or they'll take a plan B. But only these 7 have kept these children. But the crazy thing about it is they want me to be responsible for some children I told them I did not want. So for some years now, some of them been trying to get in contact with me, access denied, because I don't really know why you trying to get in contact with me. I done told you I did not want them kids. So don't expect me to be responsible financially, emotional, spiritually, mentally, or physically with some kids. I got 7 kids and 7 but I do not want. And I don't give a what nobody think about it. You're not going to force children up on me. Yeah, we both made the decision to lay down and have intercourse. We both was irresponsible about the decisions we made that night. Yeah, I could have pulled out, but I didn't. And I ain't care to pull out because I'm not the one that's going to have to carry a baby for 9 months. It's the woman. In my opinion, women should be more careful on who they sleep with. Because you're going to be like, one of my baby mamas trying to find me so I can financially support a kid I done told her or them I did not want. Another thing is, these just jump offs. These are the type of women that I ain't even had to do nothing for. The bare minimum, but they gave me access to their body, and they think I want to be a father to a child for one of them? Wait, I don't even have no type of love for these women. How do they expect me to love these children? Before y'all say, oh, he irresponsible, he a deadbeat, do not want. And I don't give a when no, he don't take accountability. Yeah, I do. I just don't give a you ain't gonna force these children on me when I told you I ain't want them. Yeah, I can offer to pay for abortion, but at what point can I force a woman to go get an abortion? I cannot. A woman say, my body, my choice, but I say, it's my life, my choice. Before y'all try to stitch this, be like black man this, black man that, I don't give a I really don't. You don't take accountability. Yeah, I do. I just don't give a You ain't gonna nobody baby mamas. Enough for the I got 7 kids.
Okay. Could you hear that loud and clear? Loud and clear? Okay. You can start.
Okay.
Before you start, matter of fact, go ahead. I'm gonna save my thoughts.
Go ahead. You want to save your thoughts?
No. Go ahead. You go ahead.
You always send me out here first to walk the plank. Don't think I don't realize you do that.
If you want, I'll start it.
Okay.
Fair enough?
You started.
All right. This is a conversation I wanted to have with you, and we need to have as men. So ladies, listen up. This is this man speaking his unfiltered, unadulterated, I don't give a F truth. A lot of women probably ain't gonna like what I gotta say, and I get it. But I'm not trying to be politically correct. I'm trying to have an honest conversation, because what this man did, he put himself on the chopping block to be called all kinds of deadbeats. He put himself on the chopping block to be ridiculed, to be canceled, for people to have sympathy and empathy for his 7 baby mothers that they have never met. But here is the truth, and this is as real as you could put it. Was he irresponsible? Yes. But was he honest from the gate? Yes. I don't want any kid. I don't want these kids. I don't want to get you pregnant. I will send you to get an abortion, take the plan B. The women knew what they were dealing with. It is nothing about this man that I don't believe. I don't think he in any way, shape, or form misled these women. I don't. Based on what I heard, if he is telling the truth, you got exactly what you paid for. When it comes to this, you went out, you purchased something, you bought it home, and it did exactly what it said it was going to do. It wasn't false advertising. It wasn't, oh, it looked bigger on TV. It looked better on TV. No, you got exactly what you paid for. And because you got exactly what you paid for, we are so focused on him being irresponsible. These women have to take ownership that they were equally irresponsible. Equally. If you dive into a situation knowing with a man that you know is not going to be there for his kids. He is telling you, I don't want a kid. He is telling you, you're nothing but a jump off. He is telling you, go get an abortion. Take plan B. He's irresponsible. You're irresponsible. But now that you got the kid, you want him to be a responsible adult. Life don't work like that. It doesn't. And I'm sure there's going to be people pissed off, because I am all for fathers. Okay, I'll go one better. For parents being parents to their children. But I'm not going to sit here and railroad this man and talk crazy, because this man, he said what it is. And he said what it is from the gate. And what disturbs me is we live in a world, and every man knows this. We live in a world where the woman has the last say. And me and you have had this same conversation on the boys club. If a woman has my body, my choice, why wouldn't it be the same for the man? Now, if that man was on that's the same live, hollering about, I have been with 7 women, and I tried to make a baby with each of them, and every one of them despite my pleas, despite the fact that I am a good man, I wanted to step up and be a father, despite the fact that I told them from the gate, I want a child. But each and every one of them looked me in the face and said, my body, my choice, and marched on down to the clinic. Who do you think would have 1 ounce of sympathy for that man? His story wouldn't even go viral. Nobody would share, nobody would like, nobody would be even talking about it. So it's unfortunate the situation that these women find themselves in. It is. But you got what you paid for. You knew what you was laying down with. You knew the consequences. You knew that the minute that this man bust off in me, there was a chance that I was going to get pregnant. You knew when I made the decision to have that man's baby, who I have seen with baby number 1, baby number 2, baby number 3, baby number 4, baby number 5, and I'm baby number 7. And he don't take care of none of them. Why would he make a now grown-up responsible decision with your kid? So when I hear stories like this, Rich, I know it's not popular to say what I'm saying, because I am for every single parent, not man, parent. Take care of your kid. But I also feel as men, as a man, I can't take myself out of the equation of how I feel, because I was born a man. And it is very unfair that men are put it. Now, should he not take care of his kid because he told them? That really is the great debate. It really, really is. That is a discussion that needs to be had. No different than the discussion of women who went ballistic when the Supreme Court last year said abortion is illegal. The whole world went ballistic. All 50 states started marching. White women who are God-fearing. I'm a Republican. You know, I believe in American values. Y'all was all on the front line. All of a sudden, they're like, you believe in American values. You believe in God, this, that, and the third. But my body, my choice. And I done had about 3 abortions. Nah, it's not fair. And this man, he does, I want him to step up, because kids are a beautiful thing. He doesn't even realize what he's losing out on. He doesn't. But there's a discussion to be had based on the stance he's taken that is real. Because just as a woman to say, yo, it takes 2 to tangle, you're absolutely right. You're not lying. It does take 2 to tangle. And I wasn't in that bed by myself, just like you wasn't in that bed by yourself. But you chose, and I'll leave it here. How can you be mad at somebody who is telling you what it is? And I'm just, because we talk about this every week on the show, Rich. Women get into situations with men, and they know what type of nigga they dealing with. This nigga ain't never hit his hand. Never. You done seen him with Tawana. You done seen him with April. You done seen him with Maxine. You done seen him with every single girl, and ain't none of them with him. Every single one of them relationships went bad. But now you calling your friend talking about, I kind of like him, but I see the way he treated them. What do you think I should do? Nigga, it ain't no thinking about it. You gonna be the next one on the list. And then you get in a situation and you act like you didn't know this man's history. So it is what it is. I'm looking forward to hearing your conversation, and I know this one is not going to land right with a lot of people, but truth is true.
So I'm gonna give my opinion, and then Moniece, who is going ballistic right now in the comments, I will let you in. Everybody's saying let Moniece in, let Moniece in. I see y'all, so I will
Please stop
acquiesce.
reading them comments, Rich.
I'm listening to you, but but you know I'm a comment watcher. So now, with that being said, I'll start my soliloquy off with an analogy. If you go to a job interview and you are sitting down before your future employer or your want-to-be employer, and they say, we want you to go do A, B, C, and D, but you're not going to get the job when it's done. We're telling you you're not going to get the job when it's done. If you go and do A, B, and C, that's 100% your responsibility. You chose to do that, knowing that you weren't going to get the job. This man has said that he has told these women how he feels. He was upfront with these women. After he got up from these women, he let it be known that he was all for going ahead and purchasing the Plan B. He was all for whatever the next steps may be to not bring a baby to this world. Women laid down with him. This is the problem with women. Women think that they can change people, things. Women think that, that was a great example. Women think that they can make, like, if a man is telling you he don't rock with you, a man is telling you he don't want to be with you, you sleep with that man and you get pregnant by that man, this is a recipe for disaster. Period. Period. I'm not saying old boy right, because he's reckless. So with him being reckless, I can't condone his behavior. But I have to sit here and say that what Sean said was absolutely correct. You stood on the front line for women's empowerment. You stood on the front line for being able to make the decisions that you want to make with your body. I've heard women say, I don't need no man. I don't want no man. I don't fuck with you. I don't need you to raise my child. I don't need you to A, B, C, and D. Okay. If that is your mind, if that is your train of thought, and that's the mentality, and that's what you're going to hold, then stick to it. Don't let this baby come 4 or 5 years later, 2 years later, 8 months later, and you will realize that this is way more difficult than I thought it would be, and I need some money, so I'm going to go down to child welfare. I'm putting this nigga on child support. I'm going to get my food stamps, and I'm going to make life easy on myself. That is wrong. A child is a decision. It is not to be taken lightly. It is not to be slept on, and it is not to be played with. Like, you got this baby for minimum, if everything goes right, 18 years, and he can go out on, and then he starts to take care of you, or she starts to take care of you, however, whatever the case may be. But women have the last say. And that is unfair to men. It is unfair to men to have babies that they never wanted, spoke that they never wanted, told you they never wanted, and you bring that baby into the world, and that man is now responsible for something that he never wanted to be here, and never wanted it to even go down like this. Now, that's not to say that somebody who leads you on, that's not to say that somebody who doesn't have an opinion, that's not to say that somebody who is doing wrong by you, we're not defending that guy. But the devil you know is always better than the devil you don't. The devil you know is always better than the devil you don't. You know what to expect, and you know where this man stands. If you choose to make that decision, then you made that decision on your own. You did that on your own. And at that point, you should be able to walk away. He should be able to walk away. You should walk away from him, and he should be able to walk away. If a woman wants to put a child up for adoption, she can walk away. If a woman wants to have an abortion before the first trimester, she can walk away. She can go have an abortion, she can walk away. You made the decision, and if that decision was made by you, and solely by you, for you, then you should be responsible for that baby by yourself. It is super duper unfair. Mistakes, and you thinking that the baby's coming and he's going to change your mind and you're going to see him and you're going to love him, or you thinking that shit is sweet and my mama going to help me, and then you get to embark upon this journey and you realize that this shit is way more difficult than you thought it was, and now you need help from a nigga who told you he never wanted to be in this position in the first place. Not fair to him. Not fair to him. Not fair to him. The man in the video is the devil that we know. And I much prefer that guy who tells you what he thinks, how he feels, and what he's going to do moving forward than the person who is pretending and leading you on and lets you do this. I have no sympathy for him. I have no sympathy for the guy who sits there and is like, oh my God, you're pregnant? Oh, this is amazing. Oh, this is great. I can't wait. Little, I'm going to be a soccer dad. And I'm going to go to basketball practice. And then you have the baby and this nigga feel like, oh, this is too much responsibility for me. I'm dipping. Nigga go buy a loaf of bread and never come back. That dude, we don't have no sympathy for him. That dude is a sucker. He's whack. The dude that leads you on and makes you think it is something that it isn't, and puts you in a position or tells you to get the box because now he's just telling you anything he thinks you want to hear. Oh my God, girl, I'm gonna get you pregnant. We're gonna have such a pretty little baby. He's whack. He's whack. That dude is telling you whatever you want to hear so that he can get you to a position where he is now in strength. That's what he's thinking. But y'all can't do the same thing. As much as you hate that dude, you can't do the same thing. You can't use that baby for your strength. You can't use that baby to go out there and put this man's life and put this man's life in harm's way every single day because you decided that this is something that you wanted to do 100% solely on your own. It's not fair to him, man. It's not fair to him. And like Sean said, maybe not the most positive feedback. But if y'all don't understand where we coming from, then you just don't want to, because this is not even like a right and wrong kind of deal. This is not a right and wrong kind of deal. This is some legitimate. It is what it is. This nigga told you he didn't want a baby. So if you move forward with that baby, you're supposed to be 100% okay with moving on by yourself.
Yo, Rich, can I just, are you done? Okay.
I want more of these comments so we can get it on.
Now we got all night. We definitely gonna bring it in. You said something that I want to, and for anybody who is just joining us, if you just getting into the conversation, there was a man who went live on Instagram this week, and he has 7 babies by 7 different baby mothers. And essentially, he's not taking care of any of his kids. And his rationale in his head is, I told y'all from the gate, I didn't want no kids. When you turned up pregnant, I offered to take you down to the clinic and pay for your abortion. And I also asked you to take that plan B the next day. But you still went ahead and had these kids And now you trying to come back into my life, and I'm dodging y'all left and right because I never was into you to begin with, and I don't want your kids. They're your kids. They're not mine. So hopefully that catches y'all up. But you said something, Rich, that I wanted to just tap into, and that's what makes what we do here important, right? I never get on this thing. How am I? Am I good? Am I breaking up?
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah. I never get into. This is the boys' club, and hopefully there are many people in this room tonight that have been rocking with us. But for people who haven't, it's the boys' club. We have very, very honest and truthful relationship talk coming from a man's point of view. It is not always going to be politically correct. And we don't even expect for the other gender to always agree with us, just like we don't always agree with y'all, because we're built different. Our life journey has been completely different. And although we coexist on this planet called Earth, we see things from very different sides of the prism. So with that being said, you said earlier, Rich, you were like, yo, well, I forget what you said, but I want to go somewhere. I see these shows just like you do. Maury Povich, I don't know if he's still on the air or not. You see these women, they come on and they got these crocodile tears, and they all say, you know, my baby deserves a father. My baby deserves a father. My baby deserves a father. And that's what the point was. You was talking about it from a financial standpoint. Let's take finances out of it. Say they don't want child support. Say they just want a father, which I've heard many of them say with my own ears. But here's the real. Every man is not a father. It's just like every woman is not a good mother. If this man has been showing you through his actions before you got pregnant, or the woman has been showing you through her actions before you got her pregnant, that she is not parent material. Everybody's not parent material. So you can go and you can cry and you can scream, I don't want no money, this ain't about it. You can.
Your phone. No. Bro, I can't keep checking this thing. Go out and come back in. Where's Moniece? X out, Sean. Come back in. Yo, my bad, y'all. Sean, something going on with this thing. Yo, is Moniece still in the room? If you're trying to come in and have a conversation, then have a conversation. Because I don't know why you sat here and did all this commenting and shit, and then you didn't even put a request in. So, Rakia, you want to come in? My Denver friend, would you like to come in and have a conversation? I see you in the comments as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's Moniece Slaughter? Moniece, where you at? You in here? I don't see a request from you. Okay, here you go. And y'all stop saying I'm mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all, actually.
First
of
all,
God,
you
here go the
need to
Bonnet
calm
Queen.
down. That's
Here go the
number one.
Bonnet Queen.
I sent requests. That's number one. Number two, I got to fucking go. So I ain't got my usual rigmarole time to be kiki, haha, JK, JK, JK. I made you a daddy, and your four-legged canine kid is over here wreaking havoc on my shit. And now I got to go break down a 400-pound crate and do some more shit because he has the squirts because he got some goddamn vaccinations that you didn't pay for. What kind of baby daddy is you? Now, I've been itching because here's what I got to say about this. Now, one, let's establish, Rich, we all know that you and I used today. You've seen the inner workings of my co-parenting, right? That's why I'm bringing this up. You know I don't get child support. You know that my situation was not a fly-by-night situation. You know that I went through hell and back. When the cameras and the boy was on the internet saying one thing, you was seeing something totally fucking different. Even when it was said to you in a scene, oh, I think she's doing all of this. No, nigga, you're just complying at this point because it's getting you a check. And, you know, Rich is rich. And if you don't comply and Rich get mad, you're not going to have any scene work. No scene work means no money. So even if the scene work means you get in the scene and you disrespect me, then that's what you're going to do. Now, I say all of that to say this. There are those situations, and then there are the situations like what y'all are talking about. And what y'all are talking about, it's not clear. This is the lawyer mind in me. That man never said that prior to taking these girls home, he flat out says to them, before we get to business, you're nothing but a jump off. I don't want no kids with you. I'm not finna pull out. I'm not finna do this. I'm not finna do that. What I actually heard him say was after the woman comes up pregnant, he says, that's when he says, you were nothing but a jump off. I don't want these kids with you. I already have X amount of kids and I'm not there. I'll take you to the clinic though. It's not prior. So if he was truly honest, before you even lay a girl down, you let her know what she is or what she is not and what you will and what you will not support and or be present for. That's number one. Number two, ladies, why are you letting any nigga just raw dog you? That's number two. So both are equally as reckless. One is only semi-honest. One is only honest based off of what the audio that I heard Sean play. That nigga did not say that I meet a bitch, I tell her right then and there, just so you know, before we get to fucking and hunching and doing all this extra shit, if you end up pregnant, bitch, I'm out. And then you have these other women. The flip side is I hear women walking around, my pussy, my choice. Hoe is life. Da-da-da-da. If I want to sleep with this one, I can sleep with this one. Now, if the man is honest from the rip, and that's still your mentality, then yes, then that's on you. But if he was honest from, I'm pregnant, and I don't know what I want to do, and then you're honest, well, nigga, you were not this honest when you were raw dogging me. And my dumb ass wasn't honest with myself by saying, if this is the outcome, I'm going to really want him to step up. So I should insist that he wear protection. But no, I was caught up in the moment and I wanted what I wanted. He wanted what he wanted. We both got what we wanted, right? He's on a water schedule, but you can give him more. But at the end of the day, it all boils down to who's saying what up front. With Cameron's, and this is why I brought up Cameron's dad and what you witnessed. Before Cameron's dad and I ever stopped using protection, I literally, and it's a running joke in my family, I literally sat him down and said, let me see your face. He showed me his, like, I just took a good look at him and I said, well, if we ever had a kid, it would be cute. Hopefully it's a boy, because a girl with your features would be ugly. You know I'm not on birth control. I don't want to go on birth control. I've never been on birth control. So these condoms are fucking me up. I'm not like the rest of these poo-butt bitches who go, oh, I have a latex allergy and it's not real. I really have one. And it's not fun anymore. Like, I got to do the cream and then I got to sit in the bath for 6 minutes and I got to rinse it off and then we got to wait a week before we can do it again.
Okay, nigga.
This shit is a lot, right? So I don't want to use the condoms anymore because you said you loved me. You said we're going to get married and you said that eventually you want kids with me. So is that okay? There was a discussion. There was a whole thing before we stopped using protection. People aren't doing that anymore. And both parties are equally as responsible. But more so, if you are a man, here's where the onus really lies on you. The onus lies on you because you know that once you skeet off in a bitch, if she end up pregnant, it's not your choice. I don't even want to have to be in a position to tell a bitch, yo, I'm not going to be there. Fuck you. You was nothing but a jump off. Why do I even want the fucking headache? All the jump offs that would actually go to the clinic if I were just up front in the beginning, I'm trying to hit that shit. I don't like to use condoms, bitch. But if you are on birth control, don't lie, because if you lie and you end up pregnant, I'm not gonna be there. If the bitch like, no, can you use a condom, and that don't work out, it's a million niggas out here. It's a million bitches out here that you get what you want from. That nigga's a menace, and that's why it was itching. Sean, as a woman, and y'all both know I'm impartial. I get chewed up all the time because niggas say that I'm supporting men and da-da-da. I don't really support women. This one, though, Sean is dead ass. Y'all are dead ass wrong. That nigga is a menace because, like I said, if we take the facts, I did not hear that man say, before I take a woman home and lay her down, I let her know I'm not wearing a condom. If you get pregnant, I'm not going to be there. Bitch, you're on your own. I didn't hear him say that. So that nigga just wants what he wants. The bitches want what they want. They all get what they want. It's just the choice, sir, is not yours at the end of the day. So if you know that this is how you get down, go get a vasectomy. Go get a vasectomy. You're down
you want
for what, 3 days?
You want to tackle this?
2?
I'm gonna listen, but I gotta get off of here.
All right, go ahead. All right, Moniz.
Okay.
What up, Mo? First and foremost.
Hi, Sean. Hi, Sean. Bye, Sean.
Okay. We heard two different things. And I'm arguing I'm arguing from the perspective that the man did. If he indeed did not tell these women, then everything Moniz is saying is absolutely correct. But I heard that he made it clear up front. That's number one. But number two, 7 kids, and it's 7 baby mamas.
Let's just say that they don't know about each other. Let's say that none of these women know of each other.
If none of them know about each other, and he gave them, if he ran the game and said, I'm going to be here, this, that, and the third, then he's dead wrong. That was not what I was arguing. Based on what that man is saying, he told them from the gate. And my whole thing is this, because it's bigger than him. This bigger than Nino Brown. Like, you can. My thing is, you can't be mad about the outcome of something that you knew up front. You just can't. And that's anywhere in our life. If you go right now and stick up a liquor store and get caught, you gonna be mad that you get locked up. That's what it is. If you lay down with a known hoe and you come up and you go to Marta P and you piss and fire, who you mad at? Like you knew what the outcome could possibly be. So, you know, Moniz, typically she comes in here and she compares things to her personal life. If her man, and I'm sorry because I wasn't even on for half of the conversation, so I'm getting bits and pieces. If her man misled her, that's one thing. I'm talking about people who make it clear up front, this is not what I want. And I don't think it's right. I don't think that it's right that people act like this, like that this is the first time I'm hearing this. This is news to me. Oh, you know, you laid down with me, you got me pregnant, now you better step up. You rolling the dice. You might as well go to Vegas. Maybe he'll step up once the kid get here, but it's a good chance you gonna crap out. So I don't know, but go ahead. What's your thoughts?
My thing is this. Like I said, when Moniz first got him, from a perspective, number one, nobody should be made to do anything that they want to do. And then, like yo, listen, within life, anything that I don't want to do, I'm probably not going to do well. If I don't want to do it, I'm probably not going to do it very well. I'm probably not going to do it to the best of my ability, and I'm probably going to do it with an attitude. Why is this any different than anything else? I 100% agree with Moniz that if you are misled, if you are led astray, if you are lied to and the dude wants to get in your pants and this is the best opportunity for him to do so and blah, 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 blah. Whatever the case may be, and that nigga plays you and he's lying to you and he's dishonest about the whole situation, you have every right to burn this motherfucker every which way from hell. But if in fact you having conversation and all parties are honest, and as two grown adults, you weren't raped, you weren't taken advantage of, you weren't given a Mickey, you weren't blah, blah, whatever the case may be. Two grown adults have consensual sex and you guys come up pregnant and this man doesn't want that baby. The same way a mother can opt out, a man should be able to opt out. And I'm sticking to it. I don't give a fuck. Say what y'all want to say about me. I don't care.
So, Rich, I want to get to the callers because I know people got a lot to say on this topic, but I want to play Moniz. I went and I just listened to this again, and I really think you should. I'm going to forward it to you. But this man was very clear. So I'm going to play it, and for anybody who's just following us, now y'all will get to catch up. We're about to open the phone lines up. Matter of fact, let me give the rules, because soon as I'm done playing this, we'll go right into the phone lines. So now is the time. If you want to be part of this discussion or you want your voice or your opinion heard, now is the time to hit that plus button below. When you hit the plus button below, that alerts Rich and myself that you want to be part of the conversation. And if you want to be part of the conversation, there are 4 basic rules that we have. Number 1, you must be in a well-lit place. Number 2, you must be willing to show your face. We do not speak to empty screens. Number 3, you must be in a place with very good Wi-Fi or very good cellular service. Please, for the sake of everybody in this conversation, we don't want the buffering. So, or please, if you're driving, pull over and be someplace where you can drive and you're not distracted, or where you can sit and you're not distracted. And number 4, we love to hear your thoughts and your perspective on what we're talking about, but you must have a question, because we use this part of our show for people to learn from others. So you must have a question, because hopefully it'll help somebody else. I'll play this thing, Rich, and then we can get into it, all right?
All right.
If you hear it.
I got 7 kids and 7 baby mamas. Now, for the past few days, I've been going live, telling my story, speaking my truth. And a lot of women having an issue calling me a deadbeat, because I tell them I was being irresponsible, yet not wearing protection. But I always tell these women that I got pregnant that I do not want to be a father to these children. And I offer to pay for the abortion. Majority of times, they'll either take the abortion or they'll take a plan B. But only these 7 have kept these children. But the crazy thing about it is they want me to be responsible for some children I told them I did not want. So for some years now, some of them been trying to get in contact with me, access denied, because I don't really know why you're trying to get in contact with me. I done told you I did not want them kids. So don't expect me to be responsible financially, emotional, spiritually, mentally, or physically with some kids. I got 7 kids and 7 do not want. And I don't give a what nobody think about it. You're not going to force children up on me. Yeah, we both made the decision to lay down and have intercourse. We both was irresponsible about the decisions we made that night. Yeah, I could have pulled out, but I didn't. And I ain't care to pull out, because I'm not the one that's going to have to carry a baby for 9 months. It's the woman. In my opinion, women should be more careful on who they sleep with, because you're going to be like, one of my baby mamas trying to find me so I can financially support a kid I done told her or them I did not want. Another thing is, these just jump offs. These the type of women that I ain't even had to do nothing for. The bare minimum, but they gave me access to their body, and they think I want to be a father to a child for one of them? Like, I don't even have no type of love for these women. How do they expect me to love these children? Before y'all say, oh, he irresponsible, he a deadbeat, do not want. And I don't give a when nobody, he don't take accountability. Yeah, I do. I just don't give a you ain't gonna force these children on me when I told you I ain't want them. Yeah, I can offer to pay for abortion, but at what point can I force a woman to go get an abortion? I cannot. A woman say, my body, my choice, but I say, it's my life, my choice. Before y'all try to stitch this and be like, black man this, black man that, I don't give a I really don't. He don't take accountability. Yeah, I do. He don't.
Okay, there you go.
I just don't.
Maybe I'm hearing it wrong, but this man made it perfectly clear from the gate. I did not want to be a father. He did. But let's get on the conversation. It's going to be an interesting night, I can tell you.
Is she coming in?
Who?
Vernon Letheridge. Vernon Letheridge.
Yeah, sometimes it helps to call their name out. Maybe they're not paying attention.
All right, next. I'm moving on. Kamal Garden. Kasal, I don't know how to pronounce her name, man. I'm just starting at the top and I'm working my way down.
Scott.
What's up?
Do y'all want me to ask a question or y'all want me to just comment
No,
on what's
you said that already.
Okay, I got a question. I'm currently going through the same situation.
Hold on. I don't even know who we're talking to and where you coming in from.
Hi. My name is Nola. I'm from Maryland.
Nice to meet you, Nola from Maryland.
Nice to meet y'all. So I'm currently going through a similar situation with my daughter's father. I raised my daughter for 11 years on my own.
What situation
when COVID
is that?
hit?
What situation is that?
Similar to what the guy was saying. Not exactly, because I raised my daughter for 11 years, but when COVID hit, basically, his mother said that she was going to be helping out. She was supposed to help out for the school year because they were doing at-home learning. And then basically they used that time period to try to flip things on me. A lot of other things took place as well. But from the beginning of the situation, we've not had a good co-parenting situation. We've always had a middleman. So now it's like basically they're trying to force me. And we've had domestic issues and things like that in the past. So I don't feel comfortable. We've never been good co-parents. My grandmother used to help. Then his mother became the help, and now it's like, I feel like and now he's trying to get child support from me. I never got child support. Well, I got partial child support from him. He's trying to get full child support from me. My daughter is pretty much a preteen now, and I'm feeling like y'all have allowed her to disrespect me. Y'all trying to get money from me, so why should I be involved? That's just my feeling. I'm still going to be responsible for my child, but I can see where a guy's coming from. Because if you take someone's child and say that you don't need their help and now you want $500 a month, it doesn't really settle.
No, I know you are on live and I know you're trying to get it out, but it was a little confusing. So if you don't mind, let us ask, do you mind if we ask you some questions just to get clarity?
Sure.
Okay. Judging from what you said at the very end, you threw a curveball in. Your daughter actually lives with your baby father?
No, he lives with her mother, his mother.
Okay, your daughter lives. Okay, let's just take this step by step.
Okay.
Your daughter lives with her grandmother on the father's side.
Yes.
Okay. Does your ex live with his mother?
No.
Okay. Fair enough. How long has your daughter lived with the grandmother?
This has been going on for about 2 years now.
Okay, so who had custody or who had possession of your daughter for 9 years prior?
I had her the first 11 years of her life.
She's 11
now 13.
years now. She's 11 years now.
No,
so
she's
you had her.
13.
Okay, she's 13. Thank you, because it was very confusing. So you had her for 11 years. What, if you don't mind us asking, why did you give her after 11 years to her grandmother?
I didn't give her to her, but due to COVID, they were doing at-home learning, and I had to work, and she made it seem like she was helping. But by the end of the school year, they had me blocked. She stole my taxes, and a whole lot of stuff went left. So basically, they just used that as an excuse to keep her from me. And now I have to go through a couple.
Do you live in the same state as your ex mother-in-law?
For now.
Okay, so how far does she live from you?
Probably about 30, 35 minutes.
Okay, so you are in driving distance for your daughter.
My car was stolen last year, so yeah, but it's not as simple as it was before that.
Okay, now that we understand the story, now that we understand the key points, what's the point you were trying to make, and also what is your question?
If I at times feel like I shouldn't have to be involved. I feel like they basically flipped the script on me. They've allowed my child to disrespect me, and they've cut off communication with me. So I'm just like, they've basically been hypocrites, because they would fuss about me about him being on partial child support, and now you guys are trying to take me for full child support and have stolen my taxes 3 years in a row. So it's just like, and we've had a bad domestic relationship. So me and him don't even communicate. We would communicate through other people. So I want to try to work on the relationship, but I'm like, will this just be me torturing myself for the next 3 or so years?
Okay.
Okay. I know. I heard you. I don't need no more background.
Hold on,
Okay.
Rich.
I'm not trying to, I hope I'm explaining it the right way, because I know
Yes,
coming from a mother, it sounds crazy.
I think we.
Okay.
Do you have a question before Rich goes? That's the last thing.
My question pretty much is, am I wrong for feeling like, I don't have a problem with taking care of my child. I've taken care of her whole life. But if y'all are at the point now where I feel like y'all are basically just trying to F me over, especially knowing that I'm in the position that I'm in right now due to my car being stolen and a few other things, I just feel like I shouldn't have to be involved, because it's been hell from day one. I'll send the money,
Okay.
but I'm not going to allow my child to disrespect me.
Okay, Rich.
Thank you. This is where I'm confused at. You raised the child for the first 11 years, and you let somebody just come and take. That's not how this shit works. That doesn't just happen like that. So I'm a little bit confused.
The police, I didn't let nobody take them. They say after 9 months you have to go, and now I have to file for custody. I didn't know that.
So
because we've always had a pretty decent co-parenting situation. Like, he would get her one weekend, I would get her the next weekend. It wasn't until taxes got filed that all of a sudden I'm blocked.
Okay, so you're saying that for the first 11 years you raised her. COVID came, you needed help. You basically allowed them to go over to. You basically allowed your daughter to go over there because they were home and they were able to take care of her on a day-to-day.
Yeah.
And then after the 9 months, they stuck you up with something that you didn't know, because I didn't know that either. I didn't know that a mother relinquished control of a baby after 9 months, and you had to go and you basically.
I called the police.
You lost custody.
There was never a custody agreement, unfortunately, and that was my bad. But that's because for the first 11 years, we've never had any issues. And also, my grandmother, who was my support system, she is in the early stages of dementia, so she wasn't able to help. So basically, they just saw me in a vulnerable position and just tried to flip the script on me.
You need to get a lawyer. You need to, first of all, it's hard as hell to take a baby from a mother. We are. Where are you from?
I'm from Maryland.
From
Maryland.
It's very
Baltimore.
hard to take a baby from a mother, first and foremost. That's really, really hard. So I'm not understanding this whole 9-month thing, because I've seen crackheads lose their
I don't
babies
understand
for
it
7
either.
years and go back and get their child custody.
I don't understand it either. So basically, I think they told me that I could file for custody, but even if I do file for custody, now I have to co-parent with these people who I've already have had messed up. You know what I'm saying?
Mom, there's no way you can tell me. There's no way you can tell me in the Maryland state law statute that you have taken care of a baby for 9 years, and because of COVID, that baby went and stayed with her grandmother because they were at home teaching, that you have.
I'm going to child support. They put me on child support now.
Huh?
I lied to you not. I put my hand. My Bible is right here. I put my hand on the Bible.
You need to go get
Welcome
your
to
baby.
Baltimore.
You need to go get your daughter. You need to hire a lawyer and go get your daughter back. If that's in fact what
I can't afford a lawyer. So at this point, it's just like, it is what it is. She's pretty much a teenager now. I mean, I will listen to that, and I'll try to see what a lawyer is going to do. But I called the police and everything. The police were like, you have to go get custody of your child, even though she's not with her father.
That's insane.
This is what I do. It is.
So she's not even living with the baby father. She's living with the baby father mother, and the mother is telling you to go get my baby and bring her home, and the court system is telling you no.
Yeah.
That's fucking.
She's actually going to get child support from both of us. She actually gets, she's going to be able to get $450 from both of us. She's putting him on child support too. But of course, she's going to give him his money back.
That's crazy. And you are, you're not on drugs, or you haven't had that baby, no conditions and nothing like that.
No, sir. I smoke weed, and I'm just pretty much hit a very, very rough patch in the past 3 or so years. And I just don't. I just don't have a support system.
That's crazy.
But just I can see where the guy was coming from, was being frustrated with the situation. I told him when I first got pregnant that I wasn't ready to have children either, but the time lapsed, and I made the decision that I was going to take care of my daughter, and I took very good care of my daughter. But it's become very messy, and I don't want it to be mess her up psychologically either. You know what I'm saying? Like, by us having to keep going back and forth, and them trying to put negative stuff, and now I'm like having to argue with my child. That's like not a good look. Like, I'd rather just support her financially, but wait until she's old enough to kind of see for herself what it is. But I will take y'all advice as far as trying to get legal help as well too. But financially, that's not like the easiest thing to do. But
Sean,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm at a loss. I don't even know where to go with this.
I'll update y'all though. If I
Go ahead, Sean. Go ahead. Let Sean tell you what he thinks.
Okay.
First and foremost, nice to meet you, Nola. And before I say what I'm gonna say, I give it up to you, because you calling in with this as a mother, I'm sure it's not easy. But with that being said, I think you're full of crap. So I'll start there, and I'm gonna tell you why. Just hear me out. I'm almost 99.9% sure, and I just looked up, by the way, while y'all were talking, I just looked up Maryland custody. You do not lose your custody of your child after 9 months. You could put it in Google to come right up. I just did it.
They would not. The police told me they wouldn't let her come home.
Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you why I think you're full of crap. And I'm not even saying it in a bad way, because typically the man has your argument. So I can see where you're coming from. I do. I truly do. But you told this man, your ex, I didn't want no kids. And you meant it.
I told him I didn't want a child with him because he was abusive.
Okay. No, you said earlier that I didn't want no kids, but maybe if that's what it is, but you also said you wasn't ready for it. So I'm just putting you at your words. I
was in college, yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I was in college. I wasn't ready to have a child.
I'm just taking you at your words. So you told him I wasn't ready for no kids. No different than that gentleman that we heard on live that went viral this week. So I can see your point. I can see your frustration. But where I say full of crap, I would just rather you come out and say that and say, look, I did this for 11 years. I'm tired. I'm broke. My daughter is disrespectful, and I sent her to her grandmother. All of this, my car broke.
She wasn't disrespectful until then. But I get what you're saying.
My car got stolen. There's Uber.
You have to have money for Uber.
Okay. If it is your child and you want to be, I'm not even mad at you. Because if you're saying I'm tapped out, I can't do this parent thing, stand on that. But don't
I can
play.
definitely do it, but I'm not going to do it.
You gotta stop talking.
Mama, you can't keep talking. Just let him talk, and then you'll have another chance to say what you need to say.
I sat, listened to every word you said. Never said one word.
Sorry.
But if you said I wasn't ready to be a parent, my car got stolen, financially I'm messed up, the baby mother, I mean, me and this man never had a, if you say, yo, after 11 years, my daughter's disrespectful, or she just started being disrespectful, I'm effed up in the game, I ain't got no money, and truth be told, I was a parent for 11 years and I didn't want to be a parent for 11 days. I would just say, yo, that's your truth. Stand on it. But you on this right now playing both sides of the fence. So on one side, I don't want to be a parent. On the other side, I miss my daughter, and the only reason I can't have her is because of custody. And what Richie said is 100% correct. Unless you are a crackhead ex-murderer, you're gonna get your daughter back. You are. Now, here's my thoughts, and I'm trying to make it quick because I know you got a lot to say. And I'm not even, here's what you don't get. I'm not even mad at you. I'm not. What I'm mad at is own your truth. I know it's going to make you look whack as a mother, but own it. But the bottom
I was upset that they took my daughter. I'm just tired of going back and forth with people.
Yo, the grandmother who wants child support from you, she deserves it. She does. She taking care of your kid and his kid.
That was her choice. I told her I wanted my child home.
And that is, listen, that is right. That woman cannot, unless you have done something that is preventing, and here's the deal. I'm almost willing to bet anybody who is following you, that's the grandmother, the baby father, if they jumped in this live, they would have a completely different story. But one thing I know for sure, is they can't just hijack your daughter. It doesn't work like that. Legally, you've had that kid for 11 years, and you know, like I know, they cannot just take your daughter. And I just think that you're insulting your own self by saying I can't get my daughter back. Every time we bring something up, I can't get over there because I ain't got no money. You said you smoke weed. Where you get money to smoke weed from? Use that money for cash. Like, who giving you the weed money? But go ahead. I know
we're not gonna talk about it. My house and my car was robbed, so I do what I gotta do.
Fair enough.
And I don't have no family or friend support, so it is what it is.
Yeah, but you can't, mom, yo, Sean hit it on the head, yo. You gotta stand in your truth. You can't sit on here and talk about, yo, you smoke weed, but then you complain about Uber. Like, you can't do that. Like, you sound nuts. You can't do that. Like, if you're gonna she froze. But if you want,
no, I'm sorry.
If you wanna be living your truth, like we saying to you, living your truth, own your shit. Yo, I took care of this baby. I don't want the baby no more. The grandmother got the baby. I don't even want to be bothered. Because you coming on here and you telling us that you can't get custody of your baby, and I know that's not true. I know that's not true. I've seen crackhead, axe murderers, drunk drivers, all put together in one person, and they don't lose custody of their child. The states very rarely take custody of your child if you are a custodial parent, if you're a mother. Like, and I don't know, like, yo, listen, come on. All we saying is, yo.
Well, I'll have to do the research on it because they did it with mine.
Huh?
I'll do the research on it and I'll try to get a lawyer and see what happens.
No.
But
Okay,
at this
but
point,
you do that.
But here's the deal. Here's the deal, and I want you, and I'm only using your words, Nola.
Mhm.
And trust me, I'm not trying to come after you. I just want you to live in your truth. You made it.
I am living in my truth. I'm not gonna deal with a man who used to abuse me, and I'm not gonna deal with a child that disrespects me. So I guess that's my truth.
Bingo.
Okay.
That's all you need to say. That's it. That is it.
You could
That
have
is
led with
Deuces.
that. You could have led with that. If you had led with that, nobody would have nothing to say. Except for, yo, you whack for that. You whack for that because if a nigga
I ain't whack. They kept the child from me.
Huh?
I don't think that makes me whack if I've made attempts to do what I need to do as far as my child and I'm being blocked and
You
disrespected.
can't be blocked. That's what I'm
And
saying.
now you want my
Just
money
say-
after
can't
you
be
kept my
blocked.
child from me.
Like, we don't let you go. Because
How can I not be blocked? Like, how y'all gonna tell me what my situation is?
You're a whole mother. You can't be blocked. You can't.
So
I
they
gotta-
can't push the button on their phone and block me. When I'm telling you what's going on.
Come on, man. Come on.
Hey, Nola, can I
Block
ask you a question?
altogether. And so if I go up there wilding out and they call the police on me, then what?
Hey, Nola.
Like, what do y'all suggest?
Nola, can I ask you a question?
Mhm.
Hello? Do you have any,
Yes, I'm here.
do you have any other children?
Oh no. I've been through enough with this
No,
situation.
you don't want no babies. Just say you don't want no babies and keep it moving.
No,
Just be like,
She's-
I love my daughter to death. And I took very good care of my daughter. And he was mad that I don't want to be with him, so this is his revenge. So let her wonder where her mother is, like I had to wonder where mine was. He took my daughter the exact same year that my mother, age that my daughter was, that I was when my mother died. He did it on purpose. So it is what it is.
Some sociological shit. I get it. But all the parallels you're drawing, I lost my money. You just said
No,
the
I
magic
get what
word.
you're saying now. I'm not going to be disrespected and I'm not going to deal with a domestic
You
abuser.
just said the magic words. We don't even need to talk. You just said, let that nigga take care of his baby. Let her figure out where her mama is the same way you had to figure out what your mama is. There's nothing else to say. After that, we don't
All right,
have nothing
peace
to say.
out.
All we ask you is that
All right,
if
I
you
will.
want to call up and get in this conversation and stand on this shit. Stand on that. Lead with that.
I just wanted
You
to
just
feel
said the
like
magic
if
words.
I was wrong for not wanting to be involved.
Hold on, Rich. Say that last part, Nola.
I just wanted to say if I was wrong for not wanting to be involved.
That you know, I think that's what is dope, because typically you hear what you're saying from a man. So I understand how at the beginning you said it's similar, and I'm not even mad. If you don't want to be involved, are you wrong? Here's Sean's. You want my answer? It's too late in the game not to be involved. Your daughter's a teenager. She lived with you for 11 years. It ain't no turning back now. It ain't like that daughter was born and went with her grandmother or with her father, and you said, I don't want nothing to do with her for all these reasons you telling us now. I think at this
I never said. Oh, I'm sorry.
I just think at this age, you're raising a young woman.
Right.
I would tell you, even if you feel like that, I would highly suggest that you try to get back in your daughter's life. I would.
I definitely will. It's just been emotionally, it's been a lot, and I can't really explain everything right now. But
Come on.
we'll see what happens. I'll talk to a lawyer that I can't afford.
All right.
Y'all be great. Hold on, man.
Bro, you having the same conversation and saying the same thing, and she's rebutting it with the same things. Like we spent 20 minutes and she was saying the same thing in circles. If you just stand on your truth, if you don't want the little girl, say that. As a mother, you can't go through life and have a baby for 11 years and then decide you don't want her. If she had led with, I should have had an abortion. If she had led with, I should have put it up for adoption. If any of those things, that's when you do it. You don't do it 11 years in. You don't do it 11 years in. And don't tell me that the mother, that the grandmother took your kid and he don't even, and the father's not even involved on that end. Come on, man, knock it off. Like we know, that don't even sound right. Breed Baby 93. Breed Baby 93. If she had just said that from the beginning, I would have been like, yo, you know what? I feel you. Like you said, a lot of men feel the same way. Moving forward, a lot of men have that same mentality and the same hang-ups and the same anger towards their children because they never wanted them in the first place. But as a mother, you definitely had the option to have an abortion. Or you had the option to put her up for adoption.
Hi,
What's up, mama? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Brianna. I'm calling from Atlanta.
Okay, what's up, Bree?
So, my question was regarding the video.
Okay.
So, where in the video did he say that he did not want to have kids? He said that after the fact. Never did he say that he didn't want kids before he had sex with the women. If you replay the video, you will hear that. Could you replay the video?
We did twice. We're not playing that video again.
Okay. Well, then you didn't hear it. Because that's not what was said.
Sean?
If he did not say it, and I will say this for the sake of us all being on the same page. To me, it is implied based on everything he said that he made it clear who he was and what he wanted from the gate. So if he did not, if we are playing semantics, if we are going word for word, then I will give it to you. I don't know what he said before he laid down with each of these women, but I do know what he said based on his words. When they turned up pregnant, he discussed abortion. So we know early on in the relationship of the woman being pregnant, he made it clear, I don't want this. What he did before, we'll never know because he didn't make that clear. But I'm assuming it's implied based on the fact that he has 7 baby mothers.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have to agree. I'm I'm gonna agree with Sean.
Said that after they got pregnant.
Okay. And after they got pregnant, it's not, is it the same? Essentially, yes. The nigga made it known that he didn't want the babies. They had the baby
She's
anyway.
already pregnant. So why would you wait after you have sex with somebody?
Like you're saying, we're playing semantics, Mom. We're playing semantics. If the dude said after or before or in the middle, it didn't matter. You both had unprotected sex. You're both 50% responsible. All those women, the nigga didn't say he raped nobody. All them women could have said they don't want to lay down with him.
You're
But
right.
they laid down with him and they let him bust in him anyway. After he said that, he said he offered abortions and he offered Plan B. Plan B is only good for right away. You don't have Plan B 6-7 months later. You can only have Plan B 48 hours after sex. So therefore, within 48 hours of having unprotected sex, he let these women know that he wasn't in the business of having babies with them. And they did it anyway. So is he a creep? Probably.
Allow her to speak, Rich. Let her speak for a second. Go ahead, Miss.
Finish.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rich.
So if in fact he did that, then he's a creep, he's an asshole, he's whatever. But the fact of the matter is, it was still time to rectify all wrongs.
Yeah.
Because after 48 hours of getting a Plan B, you don't even know you're pregnant.
Yeah.
So if he in fact said 48 hours, you can get a Plan B, and they chose not to do it, then now what's the argument moving forward?
So I agree, but that's why I'm like, I agree with you. I'm just letting you get it off. What I'm saying is you shouldn't wait after the fact. You should say that before. And you wouldn't even have that. If you have 7 women pregnant and you're saying that there was more women pregnant who took those options because they were smart, because I too, if I had sex with somebody and I didn't have protection, I've used Plan Bs because I don't want a baby. I mean, it's common sense. But that's not everybody's situation. Everybody don't care, and that's unfortunate.
What you mean by that?
Like, everybody is not thinking like they're not thinking logically. Like they just thinking in the moment. Like, oh, I'm gonna have sex, and they just go on about their day like it's nothing. Like the young lady that was up, and unfortunately, I kind of believed her story at first because there is some truth to that story as far as if you don't have custody, if I don't have custody of my child, and the dad don't have custody of their child, it doesn't. Whoever has the child at that time has the child. Whoever the child is in possession of, they have possession of that child. You don't have custody. You cannot take my child away from me if I have him in my house. It doesn't matter.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. If you
You
go,
cannot come into my house
you
and
go wrong.
no,
No, you're saying she's saying without any drugs or anything like that, without
No.
any abuse or anything like that.
no, you cannot. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So, finish your thought, and I'm sorry for cutting in. Go ahead.
Look it up. Right. I already know all this,
And
so it doesn't matter.
so do I.
Okay.
And so do I. And I know it factually.
Okay.
And you are wrong.
So what are you saying, Bree?
Absolutely.
What are you saying, Bree?
wrong.
If the police is involved, like say the police come to my house and they're telling me that my ex or whatever, like she's saying in her situation, she calls and she's saying she want to get her child back, or the boyfriend or whoever called back, and I have custody of my child, they can't tell me I have to give my child back to him.
What is your name
Brianna.
again, ma'am? Brianna?
Yeah.
Okay. Brianna, because you're playing with words and semantics. So let's make sure, just like you did to us, allow me to speak. Just like you did to us, let's make sure we are comparing apples to apples. If you, as the child's mother, your child is at the grandmother's house, and you have had.
That's not my story. That's not.
Okay, we're not talking about you. You just compared her.
About me either. I'm talking about the situation I just brought up. I said myself and another person. If I have a child with another person, and the parent and the other parent, and my child is at my house, even though he had the child prior, the child is in my house. It's in my custody now. I don't give it. It doesn't matter if I don't.
No,
have it.
hold on. If this is getting weird.
They can
Miss,
come and remove my child. Period.
Okay, so let's make sure we're talking about the same thing. Can I speak?
Go ahead.
Let's make sure we're talking about the same thing. Are you talking about another parent?
Yeah.
Or grandparent?
I'm talking about a parent.
Okay, parent to parent. What you're saying is right. But if you had a
Trying to argue with me about it. For what?
I don't even know what the. Okay, listen. I don't want to black out on you. So I'm gonna peel back. I don't like your energy right now. Rich, you could take it because I'm gonna say some stuff that probably is gonna hurt your feelings. So I'll peel back. But thank you for
Brianna,
calling.
Brianna, what's wrong?
Nothing is wrong. It's the aggression. Like you trying to tell me. So I'm not.
Rich, cut this woman off, please.
No, though.
All right.
You're talking about a grandparent. I never brought up a grandparent. I said me.
You compared it to the last woman.
No, I was.
That's your words.
You're talking. Okay, you're talking over me. I said.
Rich, cut her off, Rich, because I don't even want to talk to this woman.
Brianna, we'll get you back next week, baby.
No, we will not.
You rude. You're really.
So
I'm not.
Go ahead. Out of here, please. And it takes a lot to get me pissed off on this show.
Now my request ain't working. Next caller. Let me try to go to the next call. Okay, here we go. Lish Burgess. Oh, come on. Are you fucking kidding me? Lish Burgess. Leash Burgess is her name. Leash Burgess. Are you in the house? No? Is she coming in, Sean?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Kelly Kells. Kelly Kells. Is she coming in? No? I'm gonna try her again. Kelly Kells. Okay. So we're gonna cancel them out. Next person up, JK. No hard feelings. This ought to be interesting. No hard feelings. Instagram on one tonight too. I meant to tell you that. Did you see what happened earlier?
No, what
It
happened?
kicked all the people out, and now they're all back.
Oh.
It kicked out like 150 people like in 1 second. What's up, Mom? You're on mute. You gotta unmute your phone. We can't hear you. We can't hear you, Mom.
Unmute.
Unmute your phone.
Try speaking now.
Nah.
Just try to call back in because we can't hear you.
Rakita Daniels. Rakita, come on in. Let's hear it. Rakita Daniels from Colorado. What's up, Kita? Where's she at?
Hi, guys.
Oh my God.
Where you coming in from?
Can you see her? Because she's still.
So I am from Denver, but I'm calling from Minnesota.
see
I'm
it?
out here for work, and I got some things to say. And there's a couple of questions intertwined as well.
We
Can you
can.
hear me?
I can't see her.
Okay. So if we're going back to Dude's video, I just want to say that he starts off
I can't see her.
acknowledging
Rakita,
and
send the
accepting
request
his
again,
children.
'cause I
I
can't see.
got 7 kids. He doesn't finish it off with
Can you
saying
hear
7 kids. I didn't.
Sean?
Okay. Call out to Rakita, because I don't think she can hear you. Let her know to come back in.
Rakita, if you're on here, come back in. Send another request so I can take you in. This thing is bugging. This Instagram is bugging today.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry
It's
about
not
it.
letting me have. It doesn't let me see the request join.
Rakita, just hit the request, please.
No, it doesn't let me see anybody.
Are you serious?
Yes, it goes blank. I click on it and then they all show up and then it goes blank.
I wonder, did that have something to do with, remember earlier y'all couldn't hear me?
Maybe.
Like that never happened before.
And then like 130 people left the room at one time.
Okay, let's see if it's working now.
No, I just clicked on somebody. Did they not come in?
No. But as long as it lets you, Rakita, try to hit the request button again, girl.
I just clicked on her. Rakita, accept their request. Finally have a good night in this fucking computer, this fucking phone, man.
Rakita, where you at?
Michelle Dahl. I'll come back to Rakita. Michelle Dahl, are you in the room?
I actually wanted to hear what Rakita had to say, so don't leave, Rakita. She getting all kind of shout outs tonight, though.
Is she?
I mean, from us, we done said her name 50 times.
It's not letting me let nobody in the room, bro. Unfortunately, it says Rakita unable to join. Mistake in 2016. Mistake in 2016. It's really unfortunate, man. This is really unfucking fortunate. I'm so disgusted right now, bro. And this is who comes in. Hello.
Hold on. 1 second.
Goddamn music.
Okay. Look,
Yo, why do you send a request and got the music in the background blasting? You're not even on the live.
yo, first and foremost, calm your fucking nerves. Who the fuck?
Yo, please, We give y'all the
Rich.
rules. We give y'all the rules. If you can't abide by the rules, please don't think. We have a lot of people trying to get into the room. We have over 78 people right now trying to get into the room. If you come on, please don't have your Sunday music cleaning like you cleaning your house and you're not. Come on. Like, come on. Then I can't even get people in the room. I'm so disgusted right now, bro. Rakita, we trying again.
Am I back?
There you are.
Hi,
Welcome.
you guys.
What's up,
Okay.
Kia?
Hi. So I'm calling from Minnesota. I'm from Denver. I want to go back to that gentleman's weird blurb about his kids that he doesn't claim. So in the very first thing he says is, I got 7 kids. He acknowledges his kids and he disassociates the responsibility that he should have for his kids because they're innocent children. So why is that? Question mark. Is that not a sign of abuse? Did he not lead these women on? Did he not gaslight them? Was it not a narcissistic crazy man syndrome thing going on? And then he goes on to say, yeah, usually some get abortions, some take Plan B, whatever. But why didn't he have a number for that? Because he takes pride in the victims that he has, and that number, that his trophy number is 7. So why is there no number for the abortions that were given, for the Plan B pills that he paid for, the dollar amount that he spent? Men, when they spend money, when they're really about it, like he says he's about it, where's that number at? And so why didn't he share that? Because that would have given both sides of the story truly. But with him not sharing that, that makes us women think something's fishy about this. Where's the other side?
Sean, you want to go?
I've been going first all night, Rich.
You don't
Help
want
me
to get in
tell.
trouble. Rakita, I strongly disagree. I strongly disagree. You know I love you to death. I love you to absolute smithereens. But I can't agree with you on that. The dude in the video, the dude in the video. Now, we could play semantics like Bree and all the rest of the people that came in tonight. When he said what he said, this dude, if you saw the dude in the video, ain't nothing narcissistic, ain't nothing fly, ain't nothing self-loving about him. If anything, it's probably self-loathe more than self-love. The trophy was the fact that he had sex with these women. To me, that's his trophy. The amount of pregnancies, the amount of abortions, the amount of Plan Bs, that was the outcome. The fact that this man felt like he could get women, that's probably was the actual trophy for him, right? He said he didn't want the babies. So I don't understand why everybody's coming in here acting like this dude gaslit or led anybody on. He was adamant about the fact that he did not want these babies. He was adamant. This is the whole premise of this man's video was to say how he did not want these babies, and he was not trying to be fiscally or emotionally responsible for any of them. So I don't understand why everybody keep coming on acting like this man was anything other than honest, whether it was before or whether it was after.
Do we really think that all these women, though, are just having sex with him when he is telling them, if he's supposedly telling them up front, you're trash to me, you're nothing more, I don't give a shit about you, I don't give a shit about any kids, I'm doing this. And if so, then why would he want to have unprotected sex and nut in a woman like that he does not hold value to her in her womb?
That's a real good question for them women. Because all we can see, we're not here to psychoanalyze, right? Like, if you want to psychoanalyze this guy, no, seriously, Kia, come on. If you want to psychoanalyze this guy, then you'll be like, okay, I can't tell you why he did what he did or what's his purpose. All I can tell you is based on that video that he put out to the public that went viral, this is what that man said. We are not here to psychoanalyze you and say if he's lying or if he's telling the truth or if his reasoning. If them 7 women are listening to us tonight and they want to come on to live and tell us why they did that, then we have our answers. But I can't tell you why these women slept with that man after he said the things he said. Maybe he fucks with women who are probably more insecure and have issues probably more than he does.
That would mean that he's a predator and that we need to read deeper into it and psychoanalyze it.
He could could very well be a predator. If he's preying on women with insecurities and low self-esteem and all of those things, then you're probably right. But all of that is not take away from the fact that that video was released and he said what he said, and then women still have babies by this man after he offered Plan Bs, after he offered abortions, after he offered the whole shebang. You offer a Plan B before you even know you're pregnant. You offer an abortion once you know you're pregnant. So this nigga's consistent with the timeline of him not wanting to have a baby. He's consistent with that timeline. As soon as we have sex, within 48 hours, I told you I didn't want that baby. You didn't get the Plan B, so within a month or you missed your cycle a couple times and you tell me you're pregnant, I then told you to have an abortion. So my timeline is on par with being honest. He at least seems to be being honest. Now, we're not saying he's not a creep. We're just saying that this nigga, at least he said what he said.
Okay. Well, how do you guys feel about a woman who says from the jump, I don't want any children, and she goes and pushes out 7 babies by 7 different men and abandons them? How do you guys feel on that end? If she was honest up front, but not on birth control, letting men nut in her, et cetera, the same on the flip side as that man?
I mean, a woman that has a baby that won't let the men in the baby's lives? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying she says from the beginning, I don't want any kids, I don't want any of this, I don't want to do that, and then she pushes out same amount of babies, 7 babies, and she gives all those babies to the daddies. Here, I told you I didn't want them. I told you, leave me alone. I'm not going to raise these kids. How do you expect me to love those kids? It's the same thing, right?
If she doesn't want the babies and she gives them to the father and the father accepts the babies, then they raise the baby and the mother can walk away. If you had a baby by me and you said, Richie, I don't want this baby, and I told you that I wanted the baby, and you said, I don't want this baby here, Richie, then I would take that baby and raise that baby on my own, with help from Jewel and Andy and everybody else, but I would not.
That doesn't even make sense. That's why I'm asking, why would 7 women let that happen if there weren't other things going on? And
they were questions that we can't answer. How are we supposed
to
answer?
This is the Boys Club. We're supposed to be able to get your perspective. What if it were you?
Do you mind? Are you in school now?
No, I'm a grad school dropout. I have my bachelor's degree.
Okay. Do you consider yourself a feminist?
I mean, I just consider myself for the Black and brown community, and seeing that video pushed me over the edge. I'm a mother, I have children, I'm trying to work through divorce, etc. Yes, I'm for the women, but I want to make sure that when you guys are giving your perspective as a man, the things that you are saying it's okay for a man to do, I was just asking from the perspective of a woman.
I understand. Okay. I'm just asking you some questions.
Yeah.
So when I asked you, so you said you were a mother?
I'm a mother.
Okay. So I'll answer your last question. And Rich, if you got more, but it didn't even seem like you had no more. You said if a woman lays down with 7 men and tells them I don't want the kid and gives it up, right?
Yeah, 7 times.
7 times.
That's crazy on either side.
Okay. Now, with that being said, and we know where you stand on it, it's crazy, but happens all the time. And you know what people will say? She's responsible. There are women who literally lay down, have kids multiple times, and give them up for adoption each time. There are women who lay down, have multiple kids, and their baby, and the 2 callers ago, the baby's mother's raising it. In most cases, their mother's raising it. And you know what people say? She's responsible. She gave it up because she couldn't handle it. She didn't want. So when you come, and the reason I asked you was you in school, because you using, and I'm not saying this to offend you. I'm saying it with respect. But you're using all of these buzzwords: narcissist, gaslighting, predator, all of this stuff. And you sound very intelligent. You do. But the points that you are making and that you're arguing, they're not based in real life. What this man is doing, unless 6 of those other women, let me go a different way. He has 7 kids by 7 different women, not by the same woman. So you're telling me, unless all of these women live in different states, what part of the blame should they be responsible for? Or should they accept? Because if I lay down with a woman today who has 7 kids and ain't taking care of none of them, and then she pop out my child, and I think miraculously she's going to be mother of the year, am I crazy? Do I have to take some responsibility for the fact that I knew this woman had 7 kids or 6 kids prior to me, and she wasn't winning no awards for any of them? Matter of fact, she don't see none of them. She's got a reason or excuse that none of them are in her life, but all of a sudden, I'm surprised that she didn't show up to be mother of the year. So I hear you, and you're using all of the right verbiage. You sound great. But the point you're trying to make, it could go on both sides of the fence. And I'll tell you this much. Ultimately, we don't know what that man said, like Rich was saying. We don't know what he said to lay down with those women. We don't. But if any one of them women, and I don't know if this is your first time watching the Boys Club.
Nope.
It's not the first time?
No, I try to join every week.
Okay. So one, then you know what I'm about to say, because I'm very consistent. You're not gonna change a dude. If this dude was a dog before he met you, before he laid down with you with all the other women, and you think all of a sudden miraculously you're going to change him, you're out of your mind. You are. So in a case where a man, okay, I'll go one better for you. Nick Cannon got 12 kids. 12. Do you think any woman on planet Earth is laying down with Nick Cannon and thinking he's gonna be father of the year? They think I'm gonna get a check. They think I can run around and have bragging rights and say my baby is my baby father's Nick Cannon, but it is not one of them women, except for Mariah, who he had his first kids with, who can say, yo, I actually thought that you were going to be in these children's lives. None of them other women can say that. So even if this guy did tell them women all that they wanted to hear, his actions year after year of not being a father should have told them something completely different. But that's just my thoughts. Richie?
But I also want to say that with the other 2 videos, the Nick Cannon ordeal and then the woman with the gun shooting up, almost killing her boyfriend, you guys even said, like, could have been a skit. It could have been for clout. It could have been this. It could have been that. Same with this guy, too. So we don't know. And me reading into it, that's when I started to read into it. Could this have been for clout? Could there have been other red flags or, things of that nature?
Yeah, but come on, Keita, we're not here to disseminate why the nigga put the video up or what it was a trending topic. It went viral, and that's it. So we have to take it at
That's true,
face value.
but I saw some people saying there might be some areas of bias in there, and some people think I'm sheltered, which is interesting considering I've been through a lot, but I think I'm more so just reserved than sheltered. But
stop reading them comments. It's the worst thing you could do, Keita.
Oh, I've been in the comments lighting it up, and the comments are crucial, but they're fun, and that's what gives the show its character as well. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys for what you do.
All right, Keita.
Later.
So, listen, guys. At the end of the day, we're not here to assess the video that came out. All we can do is look at a video and take it at face value. It went viral. It went viral for a reason. You know what I'm saying? He said some things that were pertinent to this conversation, so we attacked it. Whether it was real or not, it's still a real life situation. Even if his specific situation is bullshit and he made it up, that nigga didn't pull it out of thin air. That does exist in this world, and we just tackle the things that we hear. Next caller, please. The only
everybody got to keep in mind, we use this stuff for content to discuss, because it is a real life situation. Whether he's full of crap or not, there's somebody out there who's dealing with this. Who we got?
Dion.
You have Dion
Dion, what's up? Where you
from
calling
Chesapeake, Virginia.
Okay, what's up, Dion?
How you doing? Okay. I listen. Oof. Y'all comments today are bananas. All of the people y'all done had are bananas. Okay. My comment is this, and it is about the video. And I'm going to say this to you, Rich, and you, Sean. I agree wholeheartedly on what dude said. Dude was spot on. And if these bitches don't get it, something ain't right. He let them straight up know, I don't want shit from y'all. I mean, it's just, you can't put it no plainer than that. If I'm a woman and I'm going out here and I'm spreading my legs, I mean, I'm the one that's in control, not him. He didn't put no gun to my head and say, look, give me that pussy or not. He never said that. What he said was, I don't care if you have children, I'm not supporting them, I'm not going to be there for them. I mean, he's so totally disconnected, it is unreal. So whatever these females coming up here and what they got mixed in their head and what they heard, I don't know. Because the dude was blunt, very blunt. He couldn't be more blunt. And for you to sit there and say, I didn't hear this, that, and the third, that's a lie. Maybe you wanted to hear something you didn't hear, or you didn't want to accept what he said. But he said what he said, and he meant what he said. And see, I get so caught up and tired of listening to a bunch of females say, dog men out and this and that. But arbitrarily, that woman, the woman, I'm going to say it again, including myself, that woman got more power than a man. Because he can't do no more than what she allowed him to do. He can't put nothing in without that woman. So I don't understand why all these women being fucking airheads up here, coming up here, bashing a man, saying this, that, and the third, when it's a damn woman's fault. You lay down, you the one carrying the baby. You need to learn how to take a fucking resume when it comes to a man. If he ain't shit, let pass the buck. Let him deal with somebody of his caliber. That ain't shit. True, not shit. People need to be together. Period, point blank. I can't say it more plain. I'm sorry. I just been sitting here listening to all this mess, all this rambling and stuff. And I'm like, where's these damn airhead girls coming from? I don't mean to call them names, but it is what it is. They fucking airheads. If you're going to sit here and listen to all this and not understand that at the end of the day, your ass is in control, not the man. A man can't do what a woman won't allow him to do. And I don't understand it. I'm sorry.
Nah, don't.
I just had to go off.
What's your name again?
It's Dion from Chesapeake, Virginia.
Good Lord. Shout out to Chesapeake, Virginia. Good Lord. Okay, Dion.
Dion, you made me happy. You just made my night.
Listen, baby, I've been sitting here listening to y'all. Right, I've been sitting here listening to y'all, and I'm sitting here saying, what are these women listening to? And then they sitting here trying to read more into it and all of this indirect shit. No, dude said he's disconnected. He don't want to be connected. He's sticking and going. Period, point blank. It is what it is. What they heard, I did not hear. I heard he got 7 kids, and if you let me fuck, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to be a whore, and I ain't going to be shit. That's what I heard.
That's what I heard too.
Exactly. And you got women up here that's in the same damn boat. Guess what? She ain't shit either. She sure ain't.
No,
She's
but
a fucking
I'm gonna
whore.
tell you.
And I'm gonna treat you just like what you are.
I'm gonna tell you something, Dion. Like, in this, you know, we try to have respect for our guests, but sometimes it be obvious. Like, people be coming in with their own baggage and their own situations, and they trying to apply it to like it. I mean, but good job, Dion. You just like you just put a smile on my face, and I needed that. And I hope that girl down in Atlanta heard this. I think that's
She
what she
needed to hear it badly, because that's what made me do it. I said, oh my God.
Yeah, seriously, like I wish I knew her name again right now.
Bree.
But I hope she's
Bree.
listening to every word you say.
Bree.
Who?
Yeah, that's
Bree.
what it was. It was Bree. It was Bree, and it was one the one before this one. And my God, I don't know why she was trying to play devil's advocate with y'all when it is what it is. Dude said whatever, and for them to sit there and keep right on saying and coming up here saying they did not hear him say, yes, he did. It might have been indirect shit, but yes, he did, and he was very blunt with it.
Talk that talk, D.
All right, Dion.
All right, baby.
See you next week.
Yes, definitely.
Dion talked that shit, didn't it?
She talking that talk. Dion for president. Oh my God, she came on here. Who we got? Somebody
Jody.
just jumped in. Who we got?
Jody.
What's up, Rick? What's
Who we
up,
got?
Jody, where you calling from? What's up, Jody?
We got Jody
Oh
What's
from
boy,
Detroit. Good to see y'all again.
the D is in the building.
Hey,
good,
good to
man?
be on here with you
What
guys
up, Jody?
again. Nothing much. I wanted to know. My question was pertaining to the man's video because y'all are right. He said it. He said he didn't want no kids. But at the same time, isn't there a responsibility for him as a man to have birth control as well? Why is the birth control always on the woman? Why can't it be on the man too? If you don't want kids and you know ultimately at the end of the day that you never want kids, why not have a vasectomy? And then if you decide later on in life that you do want kids, nowadays vasectomies are reversible. So why can't the men take account in birth control as well? And if that's the case, why didn't he have Plan B on hand? Why, if that's the way you feel about it, bro, you should go to the meeting with the Plan B in your pocket.
Come on, Jody.
Or cover yourself up.
Come on, Jody. So let's do this.
I'm just saying.
The dude.
I'm just saying. That's the way he moving.
We didn't exonerate the nigga. We didn't act like he was okay. He's a creep. Let me get my thought.
At the end of the day, he is.
We didn't exonerate him. We didn't try to say he was right. He's absolutely a creep. Nobody defended his actions. We are defending his stance. So if
right, that's what I'm saying.
Why he ain't come with a Plan B? Why did the letter? Why didn't the woman say, "Oh, you don't want to wear a condom"? Where the Plan B? Where the Plan B at? Then nigga, pull it out your pocket, pull it out your bag, go down to CVS and go get that.
The question is if he's telling these women this shit, why they ain't, number one, keeping their fucking pants on and their legs closed and saying, well, I ain't about to fuck with this nigga because I know at the end of the day, if I do this stupid shit and I lay down with this nigga and I get pregnant and I don't have the money for an abortion, but this nigga is offering it, sometimes women might just take the motherfucking money.
I'm gonna tell you.
It could have been
for a minute, Jody. I almost didn't know who the hell you was. You come up on here talking that now you sounding like you from the D. Now you sounding like Jody from Detroit. Keep talking, girl.
I'm just saying, like at the end of the day, everybody has a responsibility when it comes to having kids and producing kids and everything else. And at the end of the day, you have a responsibility when you first initially lay down with somebody to protect yourself if you don't want kids on both ends. So therefore, like I said, if that's the way he's moving, that's the way he feels. Homeboy should have a year's supply or a weekly supply of however many chicks he hit a week. He should have that many condoms and that many Plan Bs. Or these women should just not take a motherfucking selfie. I mean, not a selfie, but a screenshot of that nigga and know when you see him in public, that ain't the nigga you want to fuck with. And take what he's saying and use that in your everyday to not, when you come across with a nigga like that, you know that ain't true.
Right. We agree with you. We are 100% in agreement. I don't think either one of us disagree with a word you say. There's two sets of people and there's two sets of irresponsibilities. He's an irresponsible ass nigga and they irresponsible ass women. That's just the way it is. So two wrongs don't make a right. They make a baby.
It don't. And at the end of the day, everybody just needs to, number one, be responsible, protect themselves, because are people forgetting there's diseases and shit that you can't get rid of out here? You know what I'm saying? And we ain't just talking about the kids, because the kids is a lifetime thing, but there's some shit out here that's a lifetime thing that'll be an end of a lifetime thing. So why are we not going to the gate saying I value myself more?
We understand what you're saying, and the women out here, that's on them. Like we talking about specifically about the video. So the niggas out here, and we talking about babies. Of course, there's all the other added preservatives and additives that go along with that, and unprotected sex. You get venereal diseases and all kinds of shit. But we ain't even on that. We just on the baby shit, and both parties are being irresponsible. But all right, Mama, we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
All right, baby.
All right.
Bye, Jody.
All right. I ride for myself. Well, I feel like I hit that button before earlier.
You did.
They didn't come in?
No, but that sounds very familiar.
All right. So hopefully they don't come in now. All right, moving on. Are they coming? Too late. Hello?
Hey, y'all.
What's up, Mama? Can't really see you, but okay.
You can't see me? Oh, because LED lights. That's better?
There you go. Hey, what's good with you? What's your name? Where you calling from?
It's I ride for myself. It's Long Diva bitch. My name is Diva. I'm from the Bronx.
Okay.
Right. How y'all doing?
What's good, Mama?
Look, see, I know what y'all talking about this week. I was in Zoom.
Okay.
Right? Boom. I appreciate y'all for bringing me back in. All right, so I have a situation like that. I'm a single mother of 2 kids. Both of my kids have different donors. I say donors because they don't even claim my kids. It was a whole situation with my daughter's donor. He didn't believe that my daughter was his. We was in a whole relationship. I even went past him because he was a bozo, and I went to his mom's. Like, I was dealing with his mom's because me and her had a relationship or whatever. So she said to me, like, oh, if this is my granddaughter. And that's all I had to hear. Like, I was out of there. And then with my son's donor, we was never in a relationship. We was just fucking. I mixed business with pleasure. I was getting money with the nigga or whatever. And I mixed business with pleasure. And I told the nigga, because I was fertile as fuck. Like, my daughter and my son is only 14 months and 3 days apart. My daughter's birthday was January 23rd. She just turned 7. My son's birthday is March 26th. He about to be 6, like literally in 2 weeks. So when I got pregnant, I was owning my shit. I was being real with the niggas because it was 2 of them. I'm like, oh, I told one of them, like, oh, well, I told both of them, right? Like, it's guaranteed that I'm pregnant, but it's a possibility that it's like your child. So a DNA.
Hold on. Gotta finish.
So a DNA has to be taken, right? Boom. So my son was born. I was still over there on the block because, like I said, I was getting money over there or whatever. Okay. So I was still over there and shit like that.
We don't want to hear about getting money on the block.
All right. So whatever. I was still over there. He saw my son. And then he told me, like, oh, you have to buy a DNA test because if I buy one and, like, he turns out to be mine, you know how much shit I'm going to have to buy after that? So I'm like, oh, you supposed to, like, whatever. Like, even before I had my son, when I was still pregnant, he was locked up. I went to his mother because I have a relationship with her, too. I had a relationship with her. And she told me to keep it between her and her son. She don't got nothing to do with that. Then 2 years later, she hit me up like, oh, everybody is saying that your son look like my son. So, like, I want to take a DNA test or whatever. Like, I want to get involved. I'm like, nah, keep that shit between me and your son, respectfully. Boom. Like, so I get what the nigga was saying or whatever. He needs to definitely get a vasectomy. and the female should not lay down with him if that's the case, if he's on that type of time. But the nigga told me the same thing he said in the video, like, oh, I don't want the baby, like, but he didn't tell me that prior to us fucking. He told me that when I told him I was pregnant. He like, oh, I'm not ready for another baby. You just had a baby. Like, this is not it. Like, go to the chop shop. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, no, nigga. Like, no. Like, hell fucking no. I'm gonna take care of mine.
Not the chop shop.
Right. So that's what it was. So y'all could put your input on that.
Okay, so here's my question to you. When you hit a nigga with, I think this is your baby, but it might not be. How in the next breath you say you act offended when the baby moms is like, I don't know if that's my grandchild. When the moms is like, I don't know if that's my grandchild.
No, that was with my daughter. That was with my daughters don't know. With my son's donor, my son's donor was the one when I told him like, oh, it's a guaranteed I'm pregnant, but it's a possibility that it's yours. He was like, oh, like go to the chop shop. Like I'm not ready for another baby. You just had a daughter. You like we not ready for another baby right now. Like even though we're not together, we are not ready. So go to the chop shop. And I was like, fuck you, okay? You wasn't saying that when I was throwing that ass in the circle and all of that. So miss me with all of that shit. Like word, I'm gonna take care of mine. Period. Which I do. And so it was my daughter's donor. His mom said that to me, like, oh, if this is my granddaughter, that's all I need to say here because he ain't no fucking Bow Wow. I love Bow Wow. He ain't no Bow Wow, no 50 Cent. Me and 50 Cent got the same birthday. He wasn't even no fucking Donald Trump to even want to put a fucking. No, I'm saying like he ain't no nigga with money. Okay, every nigga I just named got money. Somewhat. He ain't broke. The fuck. Leave Bow Wow alone, okay? Because his birthday is coming up too. Don't do him. But yeah.
Sean, you want to know this conversation, man?
Nope. But I like your style. That's that BX style right there, boy.
Sure. Because I'm gonna take care of my regardless, and I'm not with that child support shit because I'd rather your presence than a fucking present. I would sit there and make ends meet. Like, no, money has a big part in raising a child. Yes, I'm not taking none of that from it. But I don't want your fucking petty bum ass fucking change that. Hell fucking no. I'm sitting there keep looking at me like, what the fuck?
You stole New York right now?
Yes. And that's a fact. For sure.
All right, mama. We'll see you next week.
Okay, later, y'all.
Later.
Yo, the funny thing is that we, as much as when I was reading the comments before, it won't let me read comments no more. We got women coming in that are actually in agreement with the dude. And I didn't think that we were going to get any women agreeing with that dude today. I just felt like they were all going to be angry about him. Michelle Dahl, Michelle Ripley, Michelle Dahl, are you in the room? No? She coming in? No? Yes? No? All right. Abiba WJ. Abiba W_J_. I think Instagram is definitely hating tonight. Prez, you sleep, nigga?
No, not at all.
Okay. Here we go. Hey, Internet.
Hey, y'all.
I figure we'd end the night with you.
Good. And I just wanted to say something that I didn't hear one female say the whole night.
Can you turn off the in the background?
At the end of the day, a child deserves. You hear something in the background? Hold on, sorry.
Now you froze. Unbelievable.
How about that? Is that better? Is that better?
Yeah, but you're not. But you froze though.
I'm frozen now? Oh, crap. I mean, I'm moving. I see you guys moving.
Well, watch this.
Oh, can you see this?
All right, as we come back in. All right, so while SB comes back in, we'll do London. No. Adrian Mitchell.
You know, Rich, I'm really surprised that no men jumped in this conversation tonight.
And you know what's crazy? Wow, whoever this is, I guess she clicked out. I actually was looking for men to come in. I actually was trying to find men to come into this conversation. Let me look and see if I can find one right now. But it's all women, bro. We got 8.
Get it? Where SB at?
She's not in here no more.
No?
We'll do Cool Man 014. Cool Man 014. I think that sounds like a dude, right?
Cool Man.
Cool Man, yeah. 014. Yo, what's up?
Dollars.
Carl, what up, bro?
Mr. Prez, what's happening, y'all?
What up?
I knew that name. Cool, what up?
What's going on, Rich? Okay, that was a good topic. Good topic. So me and you talked about this, Rich, before. I got 15 kids, 10 baby mothers. I can call any of my kids' mother at points that I told them, a bunch of them, I didn't want no kids. Besides the women that I was with, that I didn't want no kids. I left the responsibility, as the judge would say, I left the responsibility on them. But I took care of my kids. So I stepped up to the plate. So it's tough when we leave these women to believe, not to believe, but leave that strong factor to say they're going to have a baby. Because I said it to the judge, like, how are you telling me I'm at fault when I never made the choice to carry no baby for no 9 months? If I told this woman I didn't want no kid, then she make a choice to have a kid. Why are you making me, why am I going to jail for it? Because where's the 50-50 responsibility of her? So y'all done gave her a certain amount of state assistance, and then you tell me I got to pay it back. I don't really think the dude is a creep, unless, like y'all said, unless he misleaded the women.
Okay. Hold your thoughts. What are you doing next week at 7:30, Wednesday?
I'm here. We here.
Because this, it's about 5 minutes before we shut down, and you, how many kids you said you got?
15.
How many baby mamas? 10. Nah, we can't do this in 5 minutes. If, like, real talk, 8 o'clock next Wednesday, not 7:30, because me and Rich are open the show, but I really want to get you in and dive into wherever you about to go. Are you cool with holding your thought till then?
Yeah, that's me and Rich talked about this. We talked about this last year. Rich got my number.
Yo, Rich, make sure you gonna be with us for at least a half hour, cause this is, you about to go somewhere. I didn't even know. Rich, you should have brought him in from the gate.
No, I didn't. Number one, there's 78 people in here. 2, I didn't know this was my nigga Cool. I just seen Cool. Oh, I thought it was a man. So when you was talking about getting a man in here, I didn't know it was my nigga from Connecticut.
All right. So is that your name, Cool?
Sure, you don't remember me?
Nah.
106
I don't.
106 in Park. 106 in Park. I was managing this kid that lost. We was in the elevator. He went.
I remember you.
He went.
Yeah.
He went bananas. He went
Damn.
bananas.
I remember you
Yeah.
now. Okay. Get in here next week, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
I bet. Call next week. I'm gonna text you, Call.
All right.
I
Don't
bet.
forget.
We on it.
Yo,
All right.
every week. He be in every week.
Now,
That's
this,
my guy from
it's gonna be
That's
a
my
great
dude from CT.
conversation. I didn't even know. Like I'd have brought him in first.
I know. I didn't just yo. Unfortunately, I'm gonna say this before SB come back in. Unfortunately, guys, every week it's hit or miss. Sometimes, like right now, I got 98 requests to get into this live. I can't, obviously we can't take everybody. When people come in, they talk, they have conversations. It gets to be 10 o'clock. Sean turns into a pumpkin. He's ready to go eat. So y'all understand that we can't take everybody. So if you have a question and you want to transfer or you want to move your question to next week, just when you call up, just say, yo, last week bothered me. I want to talk about last week, and I promise you we won't never shut you down. But SB, what up?
Hi. So I just wanted to say I didn't hear one female say all night that at the end of the day, a child deserves two parents. And if a man don't want a baby, why the hell do you want a baby with a man that don't want a baby? And that's just the bottom line. Even if, you think at some point he's going to come around, or when the baby comes, he's going to change his mind. Like, just the whole journey of you being pregnant, like, don't you want like a willing party? Don't you want like somebody who's going to be happy and present when the baby gets here, and part of the raising process is just something about his whole lingo that is just like, I don't even want to have sex with you, bro. Like, if this is what it is, I could keep it to my, you keep yours to yourself and I keep mine to myself. I don't want no baby with no man that don't want no baby. And I don't want to have sex with a man who wants to have unprotected sex with me. Skeet off. But if you get pregnant, that's on you. Walk away. Like, don't act like you ain't hear what he said. Hear what he said, accept it for what it is, accept that you're not going to change his mind, and move on.
You just
That's
said
all
the
I want
magic
to
words, though. You just said the magic words. Women always feel like they can change dudes. And sometimes you can. Sometimes a baby come and that man look at that baby and fall in absolute love. And that man is the best father in the world, and he didn't even want to be a father. But you know what? It also has a lot to do with that man, that level of responsibility in that man. You can't make a creep not a creep. You can't make a dude who has no responsibility and no desire, and you can't create that. You can't.
Right. 100%. Listen, I just didn't hear one female, I heard all of the females come in talking about the responsibility of the dude and how, what he's talking about, but I just didn't hear no female come in and say, at the end of the day, the kid deserves two parents. So even if he said that and you like, fuck that nigga, I'll have my baby and I'll take care of it without you. Like, I'll do this on my own. Yeah, even if you financially able to, you could, but then there's going to come an age and a stage and a point in that child's life where money doesn't matter, and they're going to want to know, where's my father? So why do you want to have a baby with a man who is clearly saying he doesn't want a baby? Regardless of whether he said it before y'all had sex, after y'all had sex, when he found out you were pregnant, once he said, this is not what I want to do, deuces. But, that was it.
You got anything?
And Prez, next week, make sure you got a glass of ice water sitting there beside you, because you was on fire tonight. I saw smoke coming off the top of your head.
Come on, you know it take a lot to get under my skin. I'm usually going with it.
I think I only saw you like that one other time in this whole year, some change. I maybe only saw you like that once. I said, oh, the smoke is coming up off his head right now.
Nah, you see, but I try my best to pull it together, but it is what it is. It happens.
You
know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I don't know if you was on earlier, SB, but I had to log off and log back on. I think with Monique, but that was the exact point before my sound went out. The exact point I was gonna make, and I was talking about women on some of them, you know, Maury Povich and all of that. My baby deserve a father, this, that, and the third. Like, sometimes it's not even about the money. They like, yo, he deserves a father. But if dude done told you, I don't want to be a father, then it should have been from then, deuces. And some dudes just ain't father material. Like, okay, you fighting to get this piece of garbage man in your child's life. This man wasn't worthy enough to sleep with you, and he damn sure ain't worthy enough to be a role model to a little kid. So you trying to force this dude in the kid's life who you know don't want to be there, but on top of it, he's immature, he ain't got no money, don't take his responsibilities serious, but you fighting for it. And so, you know, I don't know. This conversation could go all night.
Yeah, more importantly, kids feel energy. And if he don't want to be a dad, that means when you bring the child around and it's his time to do that fatherly duties, he's going to be aggravated and frustrated. And I just don't want that energy on my kid. Like, you going to father my kid with a smile or you could get the fuck out of here. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So before I even do that, like, I just don't want no baby with a man that don't want no baby. That's just...
It's real talk.
That's real talk.
It's real talk.
So, yo, go ahead, Sean. We're going to close it out with SB on here since she's the official, the official, unofficial third member.
Oh, wait, hold on, because Shorty from Chesapeake, Virginia, she could actually join in on that membership card because I was feeling her. I was feeling Shorty from Chesapeake. She was hitting. She was hitting.
Now you know Trell is right now mad at you. He gonna hit you offline. Like, what you talking about? Like,
right.
I said it on his platform. I'm gonna say it again on this platform. The best live on IG.
Yo, but to everybody who's still in the building, the Boys Club is every week, Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time. This episode will be up tomorrow on all streaming platforms. So if you at work and you got an iPod, what is those? The AirPods. And you don't want your boss knowing what you're doing and have him thinking you actually doing work, but you listening to us, that the audio is going to be up. But if you want to see it, it'll be on YouTube tomorrow afternoon. Peace and love. I'll see y'all next week. Rich, you got the last word. Matter of fact, we're going to give Esby the last word. So, Rich, you got it. Then pass it to Esby.
Yo, once again, thank y'all for coming out. We'll see you next week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Esby.
Like, look, thank y'all for having me. Thank y'all for joining the best live on this platform. Shout out to my sis in the comments. Next week, same bat channel. You already know.
All right. See y'all next week. All right.
Later.
All right.